Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler. I want to welcome you back to the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2021. Thank you guys so very much for being with me today and each day on this journey. If you are behind or have missed a day here and there, don't worry. You can make them up or leave them out, whatever is best for you. Just keep coming back, okay? All right, so today is going to be box back day. I am using the back of my energy drink box, and it has a nice brownish tan color. And so this is what I'm going to draw on. I have seen so many of y'all drawing on boxes, on the backs of boxes on Instagram, so you guys have inspired me to stick a couple of these in. So for today, we are going to do two tangles. One is called Checkmate. It is by Jody Genovese, CZT. And this one is called Q-Belle, and it is by Yu Ru Chen, also CZT. So let's get started. I am going to pencil in a not too crazy border today. While we are dotting in our pencil, let's take some deep breaths. I apologize. I'm having some struggles with nausea today, and so hopefully this won't get too disjointed if I have to take a break. All right, I'm going to use some wavy borders today just for fun, but not too wavy. Just a little bit. Yeah. Let's see. Hopefully you can tell. So for today, I'm using the back of my box, and I'm going to use a brown PN and a black PN. Okay? I just think that's going to show up best on here. But of course, you can use your 01s as you will. So I think the first thing I want to do is sort of, I sort of want to find the midpoints. Somebody gave a good suggestion yesterday about cutting a piece of paper the size of your tile or whatever your drawing surface is. Oops. So it'd be closer to here. What I did was I lightly drew just a penciled cross in the middle here about midpoint, and so that I know about where the center is. And you don't have to do that. If you've got a good eye for spatial distances and you can put your dot in the center, then so much the better. So Cubel is what I'm going to draw first, okay? It is done with these pretty sort of, not quite S shapes, but sort of leaf petal shapes. That didn't quite work, but you know what I mean, right? And then you're going to divide these with an S. And I'm going to set these elements up in a cross shape. And this is why I drew in the penciled lines. Just a simple helper to know where to start. Okay. And then your S division. And you can divide this whichever direction you want. For you lefties, it may be easier to go the other direction. For me, I like to change directions each time. Just kidding, that's not intentional. All right, turn your tile 90 degrees and make another S-curve division. So we're going to sort of divide these shapes in half with these S-curves, yeah? Like this. Just draw a big S. When you get to the line, it's time to change direction. Yeah, like this. All right, now we're going to aura. I'm considering using my brown 01 to draw these aura lines in. Let's grab that and see how that would look. I can always change my mind and put black over it if that's what I want. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to aura this half of the S. And we're going to be doing a lot of aura-ing today. And so I really want you guys to stay relaxed and understand that this is something you're going to have to slow down and take your time on. All right, so you did one up one side. So now let's turn our tile and do the other one, the other side on the going the other direction. We have sort of checked this with aura lines. And if you get too wide a space, you can slip one in, but it's really not going to matter. Okay, so let's do that on the rest of these. Position your tile however you need to make a clean, easy stroke, and then leave your hand in that position as you move from space to space. Yeah. And you can do these wider apart if you like. It's all up to you. I did have the idea earlier that I might stripe some of these at some point when we're finishing up, when we're doing our embellishing. I'm just not sure. You know, I like to keep my options open. So really take your time. Breathe. Maybe not so much talking, Cindy. I had to make sure the camera was on. You know me. My enders know me. My enders. I love y'all so much. I'm referring to my people that watch these videos all the way through to the end. And I know who you are, and I love you. Every one of you that watches to the end, I appreciate. You're the person I make these videos for. All right, so let's do these. Now, I do like the mix of brown and black here. Keep in mind that if you're tangling over some sort of cardboard, the way I am, this is a much more porous surface than you may be used to working on. Porous meaning that it can absorb. And so your ink may not be quite as dark and bright as you're used to, but when we're done, you're going to see it yields an amazing result. Okay, so the last step on Cubel is to put a little curly Q tendril in each one of these little spots. And so let's see, there are a couple of different ways, and you can change that up as Yu Ru did in the step out art by putting a little fescue shape in there instead of the little curly Q, and you can go whichever direction you think will work best for you. I'm going to show you the way it is in the step out. Something like this. Just take your time, do a nice neat job. These little heavy balls, those are mine. those aren't in the step out. Just a little accent choice. Whoops, I forgot one, didn't I? Totally did. Somebody out there was going, Cindy, 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 you forgot one. Calm down. Deep breath. Everything is going to be all right, guys. If I miss it, I will get it later. And if I don't, then it must not be too noticeable. So try to let it go. I'm just like you. I just want you to know. Don't feel alone. I'm like that too. When I see somebody miss something, I'm like, wait, no, you got to go back and get that. So I get it. I understand. That one wasn't my favorite, but this one's going to work. Yeah, it's very pretty, isn't it? All right. So for now, this is where I'm going to stop on this, on Cubel, okay? So what I want to do is now I'm going to draw in my string. I know I did it backwards, and quite frankly, I forgot to do it earlier. But this is going to be fine. What we're going to do is we're going to put a C shape, and I'm going to draw behind my element just, you know, because I can. That blocks off each corner, sort of like this, yeah? And they don't have to be perfect. But you're going to leave a little strip, okay, on each side. Just like this. And again, they don't have to all look alike. They don't have to be perfect. Okay? So it looks like sort of a little avenue. And even though these are skewed, it doesn't matter. Again, it's going to be cool. All right? So what I want to do is take I'm going to switch to my brown PN. Sorry. Always keep your pens capped, guys. They dry out quickly. All right. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an R line, or I'm going to draw a line, or an ink line, over my string line. I'm going to ink them all. And then I'm going to draw an R on the outside of that, not too wide. And I'm going to take my time. Try to breathe easy. Now I think I might move this one up. So I don't have so much space left by the Cubel. Okay. Okay, and one more. Can you hear my wind chimes? Aren't they beautiful? Can you hear River snoring? All right. Okay, so I've gotten this far. Now, let's go ahead and draw in our Checkmate pattern. And it is very cool. It is made of rounded and straight. And so really feel that for me, okay? What I'm going to do, I think, is start over here in this corner. And I'm going to draw this string line and let this be my first line of the pattern, okay? And so the next step is to just draw another one. Okay, and then one more, and they can look however you want. All right, just like this. And for me, I think I'm going to draw in maybe one more. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make a check mark. Okay, and we're going to do that by making a diagonal line right like this, and a little check thing. Okay, so we've got a straight diagonal line and a C curve. Okay, let's aura this. Now, when you aura this, also you can vary how wide you want them, but to get the best optical effect, I think it's probably best if you don't change that up within each section. Right? You could do one section really densely packed and one section loose, or, you know, whatever you want to do. But I would keep it the same within the section, if that makes any sense. Do the very best you can, Cindy, to match your original angle on the diagonal and the same angle here with the C curve. We're trying for an optical effect that is really cool if I can get the shading right. But I have faith in myself. I think we can do it. I definitely have faith in y'all. All right. Oops. Okay. So I did less well on the straight lines, but these all look fairly good. Yes, just like that. Now over here, we're going to repeat this. So this will be our curved section, and this will be our straight section. So again, I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to try to get my angles. I don't know which one of these I want to try to match. Like that. Okay. It's just the angle. The rest of it is up to you. Okay. Now, when I practiced this initially, this was very hard for me to do the straight and then the curved. It was much easier for me to straight and then curve. But my results, I don't know. So I'm trying to make a decision here. If I like this or prefer this way, or if I should do it the way it is in the step out, which is just straight, and then, you know. Okay, I think I got close to what my intended result was there, except for all the extra ink. We're going to be all right with that. Okay, so let's do this again. I'm going to turn my tile and again use this outer edge. I'm going to make these sort of match each other, and you don't have to do that. It's, you know, the step out has them random, but nothing says that's the way you have to do them. Okay. Now let's get checking. I'm going to do that first one like that. Then see if I can match it. No promises. The way I'm drawing this now is the way it is in the step out. Just do your diagonal line and curve over. Like that. And you can stop these wherever you want to. Cindy. All right, so let's get this. Maybe this would be easier if I drew this where I could see what I was doing. So much for drawing it the way it was in the step out, huh? Yes, yes, yes. Just like that. Perfect. Hey, I did well. So now, boy, I am on a roll today. Okay. I did such a good job on this. I'm so pleased. It so rarely happens that I'm pleased. That's not true. I am very grateful for what gifts God has provided for me, for all of you, for having people that cared about me enough to send me to CZT training. So many different things, so many different ways I've been blessed by you guys. And yeah, I'm just very grateful for all of that. So very grateful. The minute I realized exactly what Zentangle was doing for me, I had a need to share it, and I needed to share it in as free and accessible a way as possible for the others that were like me, that were trapped at home, maybe didn't have a lot of money. You know, paying for this is fine, but the true beauty of Zentangle is the community that we have, and the love that we share for this art form and each other. All right, I like how that turned out. Let's see if I can do that some more. Let's start with this curve right here. And let's go. Okay. I kind of like it like that. I kind of like the more ordered, I kind of like the more ordered version of this than the random willy-nilly one. But okay, let's fill these in. Thank you for sharing your snores with us, River. You're a good dog. Can you stop snoring for Mommy? Yeah. My little snooze poodle. I know, pretty girl. Now she's going to have the hiccups. It's okay, little bit. It's okay, little bit. Oh my goodness. She is such a mess. My little bit of trouble. Her name should have been Trouble. If I'd named her, it would have been. Okay. So I saw on her step-out example that Jody had inked in some of the bottoms where she wanted to. So, you know, you can really handle the bottoms however you want. Just a few more. This pattern is very relaxing. I don't find it stressful at all. I don't always appreciate the results that I get, but that's part of the journey. At least it's a part of mine. Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't think I told you that today. It doesn't. All right, so I'm going to start this way. I wonder what would happen if I sparkled that. I'm just curious. I think it would work fine. Something interesting to consider. It does interrupt the flow a bit, but yeah, it can be done. Well, I think we're stuck with the snoring today. My little bit is ready for her nap. Little rambunctious girl. Always into something that she's not supposed to be into. So the big dog has decided not to grace us with his howling at the moment. Doesn't mean he won't change his mind. Some things just need to be barked at. All right, so I got in a hurry there and got outside my line, but that's okay. I might have a plan for that. All right, so I am pleased with the overall hand-drawn quality of this. How else can I say that? I don't mind that this overlaps here, although I wish I had thought to put in an aura around it. I think it's going to be okay. So I'm going to go back to the middle right now and do some embellishing and have some fun and just do whatever I want. Isn't that nice? I love doing what I want. Makes me very happy. You can see, though, on this that the 01 ink is not so visible as the PN ink. And so you might want to take that into consideration. I think on right here, I am going to make 2 loops. Sort of flux strokes. And in the middle, What do I want to put in the middle? Something. I think I'm going to put a printemps in there. There, that's pretty. So let's add the rest of Flux here just for fun. See what we end up with. Yeah, I like it. Let's do some more. I'm kind of pumped. Kind of ready to do some line weight, and that'll unpump me, won't it? Yeah, I really should have used my pen. All right. There. Now, this one's going to be tighter. Okay. And of course, as always, you may decorate to your heart's content. Do whatever makes you happy. This is my message to you. Make yourself happy today. You don't have to get everything perfect. Just, if you want to make it pretty, make it pretty. If you want to make it manly, make it manly. There we go. There. Now, I don't know how well you can see those. So I may have to go over some things with PN, but maybe if I added a little bit of line weight on these, they would show just a tad bit better. Just a little bit on one side. Okay, that's marginally better. And I think if I dot a little highlight or some white pencil in there, that might work. All right, I'm just going to pretend like these are all in the same place. I can barely see the lines myself. So that's much more visible. I'm not sure it's any better, but it's more visible. And we definitely want to consider that. So I think I will switch after, unless I'm doing really fine, small work like this, I think I will use my PN from this point on. And then when we shade and all of that, this will get better. This will perk up. And I may have to go over some of these elements with my pen. That's okay. So what else do I want to do here? So I'm going to fill this with Tipple, but I wonder if I want an aura, and almost certainly the answer is yes. And I'm going to do my aura in black, okay? I'm looking at this clearly. All right, so I'm going to start my aura right here in a place that is too close. River, hey baby. Yeah, we need less snoring, baby. All right, sorry guys. She is having a good snooze there. And while I don't mind the occasional light snoring on the videos, that was pretty, yeah. She's having a bunny dream. Don't forget to turn your tile. And for those of you that have gone to Danette and purchased an easel like mine, make sure you tell her I sent you. Browns and blacks are starting to work for me in here. At least I think they are. So I'm considering putting my tipple in black as well. What do you guys think of that? And it doesn't have to be tipple, but it can. I am going to like tipple in here because when I come in with my jelly roll on this nice dark paper, it's really going to stand out. And I love doing that. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do on colored tiles. Oh my goodness, River. Hey, baby girl. River. Well, it is going to be River Day on this video. I do apologize. She has no intention of moving at all. Of course, she's female, so we know how that goes. Don't we, ladies? All right, so I think I'll put a partial one here. Bye, River. Thank you, miss. She's going to go sit in her chair and snore over there. All right. So this is an interesting thing that I can do. Put one here and then put the smaller and then gradually get larger as I go out. And if I do that, then I can... Let's see if I can perk this. Perk is a pattern that teaches how to draw orbs behind, if you will. And there are a lot of techniques, and we use that technique with our orbs a lot. And by making them overlap just slightly, then we have some good shading attempts, some good shading opportunities in there too. If you're struggling with your line work, try starting your stroke on a line. So something like this, not my best job, but once I shade it, I think it's going to be pretty good. All right, let's do the next one. Let's just start here. Okay, so let's ink in the little interstices. These are the places where a 0-1 would be good. All right. Turn this over and go back this way. I think when we put little white highlights and some shading on here, we're going to have something very cool, I hope. Oh, as I finish up, then I have another tile to show you. I did this video already once today, and I didn't have a problem. I mean, the video was, there was nothing wrong with the video, but the result I got did not please me. And I want to show it to you guys here in just a minute as soon as I finish my tipple. Tipple. My perky tickle. My perked tipple. Oh my goodness. I'm going to call that a perky tipple. How about perkle? Would that work? Maybe not. All right. Get all of my interstices here. Don't you love drawing on cardboard? Isn't it nice? I love, especially for you shakers. Tell me, I want to know in comments. Let me know what it is that you liked. What made things easier for you today? I mean, did you like working on the cardboard? If you have not done that before, I'd be interested to know. Some of you have been using it every day, and I just think that's great. I mean, what a way to recycle, right? Can anyone tell me a better way to recycle than using your cardboard as tiles for art? I mean, I find lots of artistic uses for things that we normally throw out. People are way too fast to throw things away and get something new around here. But, you know, I'm not in charge of anybody but me. And what we are doing right now is awesome. No boxes ever go in the trash in this house without me looking at them to decide if they're worth saving for art or not. It just doesn't happen, which I find fun. Okay. Oh, I forgot one over here. Let's get finished. These are going to be big ones, and that's all right. I might have to put a little color in that one when I orb it up, or pearl it, or whatever you want to call what we're going to do with this. I always think these look like freshwater pearls when I do them. This is slightly misshapen, but very pretty. And I love the contrast between brown and black we're getting. This is going to emphasize the center design and probably de-emphasize what's going on over here, but what's going on over here will be emphasized with the shading, and so it's going to work really well. All right, let's see what we got over here. Some more perk. All right, so these are all going to be very different, and I think that's fine. I think that's okay. All right, so let's, I think in the center of this, I want to put a round orby sort of ink dot there to sort of bring that together. And you know, it would have been cool if I'd had time. I would have thought of this, of maybe using tangling with my gold jelly roll. I love the way those flow out. If you've got a good one, that's a good deal. All right, let's do some shading while I'm thinking about things. I am considering shading with a brown pencil today. That presumes that I can find a color that will match what I'm doing here. Pumpkin orange, what? That's the perfect pencil for this. How did you know? And here's my Tuscan red. That would work too, although it's very red. And this is dark umber. Yep. Brun, ombre, once. All right, I don't know how to say any of that stuff. I'm just making stuff up. All right. So I think I am going to start shading with my dark umber, which is a pretty neutral dark brown. Now, one note, I want to be careful how I shade my straight things. What's going to happen is when we put in the shading, these rounded ones are going to pop up and look round. And oh, here's what I was going to show you. And this will serve as a good example. So this is the tile I did earlier. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I didn't feel like I did justice to Cubel. It was sort of smushed in there and not really compositionally done well. But what I wanted to point out here is that I didn't do the right shading here. These are supposed to look flat and then have a curled one next to it and then be flat. And the way I shaded it, it makes them all sort of puff up. It looks sort of like, what is that, clob or something like that tangle. And so I wanted another shot at this because I wanted to do a better job on Cubel. And I wanted to I wanted an opportunity to show you the correct shading on these. So yeah, let's try it out. Wrong pencil. Is this dark umber? Yeah, it is. Okay. And this is my personal choice. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You can use your graphite pencil. That's certainly fine. And I think I may ink in some of this here. But I'll leave that till the end and see where we're at. So this is going to look rounded, right? The way we're shading this is going to look rounded. And while you still want to pick the same side, these shapes may need some just light shading. I mean, really light shading right here. And so we'll have some, what's that called? I can never remember. We'll have a little highlight down there. That's a rim light. That's what that's called. And then on the straight one, I'm just going to keep this dark right there in the crevice. Maybe bring it up just a slight bit. But I'm not going to highlight it because I want it to look flat. Okay? And I'm not going to put any color on this side as we did on this one. Okay? Where I just put a little bit of color right here. That's a little rim light down there. We'll add something in if we need to. Okay? So now on the same side, we're going to start here. Being really careful not to encroach into this flat spot. And I'm going to put my light shading right here on the side, but leave that little bit of light on the bottom. Don't ask me to explain this. I just know what to do. I don't understand it very well. Okay, a little color, but not up on this side. We don't want this to look rounded. We want it to look flat with these little rounded spots popping up. Yeah. So really dark over here. And I may come in here with my graphite pencil and add more. I just find this a lot less messy for me. Careful to keep your shading off this side. Or off this side, I should say. All right. And right here. I'm just going to enhance the overlap there. All right, I don't want any up there. So let's get the tortillon out, or the paper stump in my case, and let's see what we've got there. Nice clean one too. All right, I definitely will be adding more color. However, this is a good first start. And so then I would bring my charcoal pencil, or in this case, I think I'll use my Prismacolor because I'm out of charcoal over there for now. And then we're going to just drop a thin highlight right down the middle here. Fan it out just a little bit down here. Yeah. And then the rim light, if you can get your pencil sharp enough, it's right down here at the bottom, just a tiny sliver. And you can dot in Jelly Roll there if you want. So I'm going to come back in here with my pumpkin orange and sort of red this up just a tiny bit. give it a tint of color instead of just the flat brown. I sort of like my brown a little red, orange. So just play with this until you get the results that you really like. And see, now this looks flat and these look popped up. See? Cool, huh? All right, let's add some more highlight. Yeah. Now I'm not going to highlight the flat spots. I want them to just keep the shading, okay? Oh, I like it. So much better than the results I got before. Okay, so continuing on. This is what I'm gonna do. I need to move my arsenal so I can get to it better. Is this Tuscan red? Yep. All right. All right, so again, I'm using Prismacolor Verathins. It is good to have a simple set of those, like 12 or 24 or 36. They're not as expensive as regular Prismacolors, and they're good pencils to have. For certain situations, sometimes you want the thick ones that are opaque, but you may not always. Okay, I'm going to put my light shading right here in a strip. Simba, it's okay, bud. And I'm going to bring that all the way down almost to the line, but I'm going to leave that little rim light in there. Just a little bit. It's supposedly light that's reflected up from over here. Don't ask me to explain it, I don't know. I just know that it's a really effective tool in your shading arsenal. Like I've always told you guys, if you really want to learn how to shade and understand it and know what to do in certain situations, sign up for Annie Oken's class. She has a Shading Fearlessly bundle now that probably includes all of the information in her ebook. So, yeah. All right, here, again, on this side, and nice and dark. No rim light here, so get right down there on the line. A good dark coat. Okay. All right. Let's do this. I think I may lift some of this out that's right here in the middle and keep this really dark up close. And I suppose technically it would be a drop shadow from the rounded part. And then same here. So keep it more like this. And don't blend it out so far up. Blow your nose, sweetie. I don't know why I talk to him. You can't hear me. I forgot one, didn't I? Okay, one more. Try to do it like this. We'll see if I can. See if I can repeat it. There. Okay. See, I've got my shading here. Okay. I think I forgot to draw someplace over there. All right, let's blend this. I should probably add some right here around this rim. Okay, that one's ready for highlights. Okay, white Prismacolor. So remember to leave the slanted parts, the diagonal parts alone, and only highlight your rounded sections. This is definitely going to require more shading on my part before I will be happy with this. I want it much darker. And perhaps more pumpkin orange in the coloring. Let's see. This definitely needs a highlight. So I got one built in. Oh, that's where I put the sparkles, isn't it? Who's a smart girl? Who's a smart girl? I normally would not say something like that because the kid would jump right in and tell me it's not me. But I was smart. All right. Now, let's focus on the, whatever, Cubel. I'm going to sharpen my pumpkin orange. All right, so I'm going to use this to shade, at least initially up here in Cubel, and this is my pumpkin orange, which is one of my very favorite colors in Prismacolor. It's a little brown, it's a little red, or a little orange, and it works great with, it's a perfect match for the brown ink that the microns have. So I love this color a lot. I'm just going to stroke it in here and there, sort of as an accent, and I'm going to use it to shade these up into something, you know, wiggly instead of flat. And then I probably will come back with my brown, with my umber, dark umber, and sort of really, you know, deepen up those edges. But I love the color in this. I love how it works with the brown ink. So this is what I'm going to use. And of course, you guys can use what you like. Boy, that's a sharp pencil. And it's not breaking, which is the amazing thing. So I really like my AFMAT pencil sharpener that I have. I need to get the link to my Amazon store and start putting it in the link in the description so that you guys can easily find and purchase all of the things that I use on here. The merchandise shelf is almost ready. I am just waiting on YouTube to approve my designs and say it's okay. All right. I definitely think this is going to be able to use some of this dark umber. I love this stuff. I love working on cardboard. It is just so much fun. So much fun. Okay, I think I got them all. Yeah. All right, I'm going to switch back to my dark umber. I could use my Tuscan red. That's another one of the pencils that I really like to use to darken, but it's extremely red. And I'm not sure I want to pump this up that far. And once you have used colored pencils, then this will gray out your lines, and so you may want to go back over the lines here and there with your ink pen. Let's see. Okay. Just putting the most color down towards the little spot in the center. And I'm just trying to deepen the color. On the sides. And I may come back in with a lighter pencil, like a yellow or the white, and see what we've got. So let me add my highlights here. See how that looks. Oh, that's not bad. All right. And we'll come back in and blend a lot of this. On your little printemps, if you used it, you want to highlight the side that is away from the weight, the line weight that you used, if you did. Okay. Let's see. I'm definitely going to be redrawing these lines here in the center, and I'm going to use my PN, my brown PN for those. They have, these lines have sort of gotten lost, and to a certain extent that's sort of what we want, but in this instance, since that's an accent, I definitely want to bring it out. All right. Well, I got in here to do highlights and I never did any. And I'll be coming back in here with my pumpkin orange and sort of blending some of this out. Just layers, guys, layers, layers. When you use colored pencils, they require layers. All right, now I think I'm going to shade my orbs before I start adding any highlight. Maybe. I just tried to choose a natural place where these might be highlighted. And then I'll come in with my dark brown and give those another go. Let's see. And I may use a jelly roll here instead of this. It's a little bit less emphasized than a jelly roll. Shows the wrong side. What's up, Sim? What's up, buddy? Can you please talk to brother? I am busy, busy, busy right now. Pretty please, buddy. All right. Okay, this kind of looks cool to me. What do you guys think? I hope I haven't been off camera this whole time. That would make me cry. So I'm going to use my brown PN and draw in my little curly cues in the middle. See if I can keep them from changing their position much. Yes, much better. Simba, mommy's working. Mommy's working. Can you fetch for brother, buddy? Can you fetch Mari? Fetch Mari. Fetch for Mari. Is it a fetch toy? You're just looking at me. All right, I'm going to start calling you Eddie. He doesn't care what I call him, as long as I do something, whatever he wants. Nice. All right. So I am going to do some more shading and color work here and there. But this is basically where we're going to leave it today. I hope and pray that this has not been off camera. And I am going to see you guys as soon as I put my chop in here somewhere. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow right here. Close enough. Yeah? All right. Thank you guys for being with me today. I'm going to see you tomorrow.